Karen Armburst.
Oh, those were good. All right. Sometimes you're the kindling, and sometimes you're the fire. It was my first day at a very large company across the pond that shall remain nameless. They have lawyers. My contracting company had sent over a big box of chocolate chip cookies for me to share with the team. I was sitting in my office getting my computer ready when suddenly the manager pops into my door. He looks at me, grabs the cookies, and runs down the hall. What the hell? My cookies! Well, I barreled after him like an enraged rhino, yelling and snorting, carrying on. I stormed right into that conference room and looked at all those little faces around the conference room table, all looking at me with these big, scared eyes. I glared at them. I glared at the manager. And I glared at the cookies. All right, I said. I was supposed to share them anyway, so you can have them. And I went back to my office. I'd made my point. I get back to my office, and there's a crowd milling around my door. And one of the guys comes up to me, and he says, "Karen, we usually let him have what he wants." Are you kidding me? I was in the Navy. I know what this is. It's a clear challenge, a test. The only reasonable reaction was to turn into a 1-ton horned animal. They proceeded to explain to me how things worked around there, what I could say, what I couldn't say, what I could do, what I couldn't do, how to treat the leads with deference. To never talk to the manager unless asked a direct question because he's really scary. That we were not called into the office, we were summoned, as though the leads were royalty. I was being indoctrinated into a culture of fear. Now, if someone is a good leader, or at least trying to be, I'll follow him everywhere. I got their back. But if they're a bad leader, I'm a problem. I march right into my lead's office and I ask her point blank, is it a requirement that I be afraid in this position? She says no, fight for what you want. And fight I did. It became quickly clear to me that the leads had a terrible hold over the team. It was psychological abuse, and there was nothing the team could do about it. Because at that company, in order to change groups or to get promoted, you needed the support of your lead. If they stood up for themselves, they were punished. If they didn't stand up for themselves, they were told that they couldn't support them because they had no backbone. It was a catch-22, and it was terrible. I was surrounded by depressed, helpless people. And considering the cookie incident, I'm not even sure the manager knew what the leads were doing. I mean, why test me? I don't even remember the project I was supposed to be working on because most of my time was running around trying to counsel depressed coworkers. Hanged heads, wouldn't look me in the eyes, soft voices, scared to even talk to me. I talked my fool head off, and I bucked the leads every chance I caught right in front of them. Finally, after about a month of this, and the leads still trying to bring me to heel, I decided that this is a lot of nonsense. As a contractor, I had done what I could for them. I didn't need to be there anymore. So I turned in my 2 weeks' notice. They let me go that same day. Right before they let me go, though, the leads were coming by the door, and they're giving me secret smiles. Like I'm not ready to go. If they wanted to mess with me, they would have kept me for those 2 weeks. My contracting company already had another job lined up for me. They knew that I probably wasn't going to stay. They knew what was going on in that group, but they kept putting people in there because of the contract with the company. A week later, I was in my new job. 2 weeks after that, I got a message from my old group. They had gotten together and as a group went to HR and told them what was going on. After an investigation, the entire management team was fired. You have no idea how proud I am of them. It takes a lot of courage to do that, especially if you're not sure that the company's going to back you. You know, they did it. They found their courage. There's a really big difference between being saved by someone else and saving yourself. And they did it. They saved themselves. My role in it? I merely showed possibility. In this case, I was the kindling, but they lit the fire. Thank you.